Hi friends, welcome to my channel. So in last video we have discussed about different topics like a Power Automate and a Power BI desktop. In this video we'll talk about Power Apps. Okay, so basically while designing any kind of apps, we need to do some kind of validation. Okay, for example, if we are working with the form control, we need to do some kind of validation like so employee ID must be we have to enter or email ID, some kind of validation or date, whatever it is. In different use cases, we need to do some kind of validations. In this scenario, also we'll try to do that. So basically, so in this, have taken some kind of input controls. So this is the text input control and a date. So here button controls, these are the text simple app only, but we'll try to implement so validations. So for example, if you notice here, there are two buttons, submit data, receive data. But by default, submit data button is disabled. Why means based on the data that we enter into these controls, by the time only it will enable. Otherwise, it won't be available, enabled. That's it. For example, I'll write to employee. See, whenever I'm trying to give these two input controls, by that time only it will be enabled, otherwise it will disable. Now I will give the name. Even if we did not give employee ID also, it will disable. Like that, based on the employee ID, employee name, I'm trying to restrict whether the button has to be enabled or disabled. Such kind of validations we need to do that in real time. Again, I will try to. And also, not only this one, here also I'm trying to do. For example, I'll try to select, okay. Now you can see date cannot be greater than today's date. Here, whatever the date I have selected in this control, the date cannot be greater than today's date only. You must select a today's date. For example, let me select. So 2023, right? 2023. Number 17. Oh, now you don't see any kind of error. Okay, so like that we can control. Now, so I'll give some email. See, so thank you. That's it. So what it's saying, please enter valid email format. So what are the email you are trying to give this input control? That must be valid only. So that kind of valid. Now I will give some valid. It won't, now you can't see any kind of error message. Now also phone number, for example, I'll give, see, immediately you will see the kind of message, please enter valid phone number, like, so we must enter format like this. Okay, so this is just a dummy phone number. Even I'm trying to give dummy only, I won't see that. Again, so now you can see, please enter age greater than 18. For example, if I give an age 33 means no problem. In case if I give 3 means, so age must be greater than 18. So what are the age here? Again, here also I'm trying to pop up some kind of error. So I'm giving again 5. So the value is getting resetting, and also we will see some kind of error notification. Age must be greater than something. Here also we can display, or here also we can display. So likewise we can do so different kind of validations while designing it. So for anything, there are 4 things we need to understand. Okay. Okay, no problem. So first we will try to explore that. So for button disable on select visible, I think display mode. Okay. Now you can see if so the text value employee ID text input control is blank, or employee name text input control blank. So if any one of them is blank, I am trying to display mode is disabled, otherwise disable mode is edit. So I'm just making dynamic based on the whether we enter the value. Again, these two, right? So here also we can check here on text property. So whatever the date you are selecting from this control, if it is greater than today, I'm trying to display this error. Date cannot be greater than today's date. Okay, and here also. So I'm trying to do some kind of ease match function by checking what are the email we are giving to the input control, whether it is proper or valid format or not. If it is valid means okay, no problem. If it is not valid means by that time only I'm trying to display this error. And phone number also. Okay. So likewise, we can do many kind of validations. Even for this also, see if the text is greater less than 80 and if it is not blank, so please enter must be so greater than 80. In case for the here also we can do so on select property. I think on select. I think on change. No. See, if the value less than 80, I am trying to reset that control. For example, for the age control, if you pass 5 minutes, I am trying to reset that value and also notifying some message, error kind of message. If it is greater than this, no problem at all. So likewise, we need to understand value validations. So the most important things while learning Power Apps is that so understanding controls and properties, functions. Okay. So these three things are pillars to learn any kind of program. Not only, but Power Apps, coming to Power Apps, understanding input controls and properties, what kind of properties for each control, because each control has some kind of distinct properties we need to understand, and also coming to the functions. Functions are very, very important. Yeah, I think that's all for this video. So if you like this video, you can like, share, subscribe. So thank you so much for watching. So if you have any questions, feel free to send an email notification. So thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.